All right, welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I'm going to test out a product, Weystom Leather and Vinyl Recoloring Balm Kit. So we're going to see if the wear and tear on this original 1955 seat can be improved with this black leather re-dyeing kit. Now, this is designed for leather specifically, but also works with vinyl according to the instructions. So we're going to give it a whirl here in just a moment. So I'll get some light on the subject, and we'll see what happens here in the Shade Tree Garage. Now, I don't know if the wear is actually tremendously visible on camera, but we're going to take a look at it. Now, so you can see, yeah, you can see this. So I'm going to try this out. Now, on my 40 years ago with my other 55, I had an original back seat upholstery and original door panels. But these door panels, and it had all been dyed some years earlier. But the upholstery was all in real good shape. The car originally was gypsy red and shoreline beige, and the interior matched, of course. But it had been dyed, so the rear seat and the rear door panels, or side panels, were showing wear since they had been dyed. So 40 years ago, when I redid the car, I also redyed the back seat and the side panels now, and the door panels. Now, the bench seat in the car had been completely recovered in black upholstery, so it didn't need any attention to dyeing. Now, according to the directions, you use this sponge and you wipe this stuff on and get it everywhere you need it to. And it may take a couple of coats to get this wear covered up to make it look a little better. Now, I will tell you, I was ready to go back with the spray dye, which I've used in the past, and it worked really well. But I thought, well, I'm going to try something a little different. And so this jar of leather recoloring kit looked interesting. So anyway, I'm going to get turned around here maybe and try to dab some of this stuff into the areas that need it. Now, it goes on pretty thick. Well, it looking good, but the product will absorb after a little time. So that's kind of something you got to watch and see how lighter the affected areas become as the product cures or dries. Right now, it's looking pretty darn good. And this seat is actually in pretty good shape to be an original 70-year-old seat. So anyway, you're not supposed to goop the stuff on too heavy, is what I've read in the instructions. So let's continue on. I'm just trying to get it everywhere it needs to be. And actually, right now, while it's wet, it's still looking pretty darn good. Let's see. Doesn't look bad, does it? All right. Now, one thing I've read is that this dye, this material, will clean up with water before it dries. While it's still wet and you get some on your hands like I did last night, playing with it. Actually, the jar had a foil seal on it, but I guess it got jarred around quite a bit during shipping because the seal was busted. Now this bottom part of this upholstery has little squares, and I've got to really kind of push it down, the material down in it. Now, now a lot of the seat isn't worn. It's just I just need to recolor it, so it's all going to be the same color black, if that makes sense. But this is looking pretty good. I'm sure the color will. It's real shiny. Of course, it's wet right now. But I really wasn't sure how. Yeah, that's really going on a little better than I anticipated. Let's see. Now, of course, it's not going to any areas that are rough because of the wear. It's not going to fix those. It's not going to smooth out any scuffs or anything that exist. But anyway, like I said, my goal is to try to make it all one color. Because the vinyl on this seat is in super condition. It's flexible. It's not hard and not cracked or anything, split anywhere. So it's actually pretty darn nice. Now I've got this isn't the original back seat for this wagon. It's actually standing up in the corner near the bumper, and it's seen better days. Let's put it that way. It's not exactly pristine, to say the least. All right. Well, let me take my jar and scoot over a little bit if I can. All right, that's good. Well, I'm working it down into the little squares. It's working pretty well. And again, it may take a second coat to cover everything. This isn't the brightest working conditions you could have to dye. Even with the accessory light I've got blaring in my face. All right. Well, I really can't complain with how it's covering. It's actually doing pretty good. I just getting it down in all these little squares in the seat is probably going to be one of the bigger challenges, but again, a second coat I can follow up. And all right, let's do the front of this seat, shall we? All right, I need more product. Now the kit includes kind of a little scoop, and I see why you need it, because you've got to, once you use the top part of the jar, it becomes a little harder to get your sponge down in there to grab the stuff to apply it. Now we got quite a bit on the jar from my. All right, that's too much. All right, let's get this. I'm going to do about half the seat and then stop and see what kind of results we get. Like I said, I'm not at all opposed to using vinyl dye spray if it becomes necessary. But I thought this sounded interesting, and it was something new. I've never done this. And actually, I've got a black leather jacket that this probably could help out with some of the wear and tear on the jacket over the years. And you note I wore black pants. Oh, damn it. All right, see if we can't get some more on this seat back. well, I'm kind of impressed with how well this stuff seems to be going on. Of course, it's wet, and it's wet, and it seems to be going on okay. And that's what I want to know. That's what I want to hear. All right. And hopefully the leather will kind of die back a little bit. I don't want this sheen on it. I just want it to be good and black. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, if I can get this section done here, and I can get color down in all these little bitty squares, I think I'll be in pretty good shape. All right, let me grab this jar. Maybe I can do some more here. All right. All right. Now the sponge is soaking up quite a bit of this stuff. And that's as it should be. When I squeeze it, push it down, it oozes out. Okay. All right, let's get the rest of the seat bottom done. And again, don't have a real good view of what I'm doing. I'm going to have to put some light on it from a different angle. But I expect I'm going to need a second coat just to make sure I get all these little squares in this pattern. But I'm pretty, like I say, it's doing a good job. I can't bitch about it. All right, I'm going to get half of this done and then stop and let it cure, and then we will see what it looks like. All right. Well, I think I'm going to stop right there. Well, I've used about less than a third. I've used less than a third of this jar so far, and all I really need to do is get this seat done, and we'll come back and give her another whirl. We'll stop there and pick up later. All right.